Well, welcome.
Back on
How's it
track.
going?
It's good. I'm tired as shit. It is midnight, past midnight here. It's way past my bedtime, but I'm good. I took a power nap before, so
Fuck
I'm
yeah. Well,
excited
thank you
now.
for staying up late with us and hanging out. It is only like 5:30 in Nashville, Tennessee right now. Cori, we're
It's
not even going to
3:30 in
talk.
Oregon. I'm like basically in yesterday still.
But we're stoked to have you here. We've been playing your guys' songs as they've been coming out, and Cori and I have been like really gelling with what you guys have to offer right now. I'm curious as far as so this is going to be your second full length. You guys have a couple of
Mhm.
EPs on the under your belt as well that we'll talk about. But as far as coming into Atlas, what was the
Mhm.
intention going into it as far as like the direction and the sound that y'all wanted to pursue?
Well, we hadn't really planned on writing anything because we had just released an EP in like November 2019. So we were kind of focused on just playing a lot of shows and just having a good time with that.
Mm,
And then the pandemic hit. So we were kind of forced into the studio or just like do something creative since we couldn't play anything.
mm,
And I think just that whole thing kind of helped us. Like, we didn't have any ideas, we didn't have like a sound vision or anything. We just kind of worked with what we had, and everyone was just in their own houses making whatever. And we put it through, like most of the rap album we actually just did through the computer, sending each other things because our rehearsal space is so small, we couldn't we couldn't safe distance in there. So thanks to technology, we worked in a different way, and it kind of made something we hadn't really planned on or expected. But we're super stoked about the result.
fuck yeah. And I think that you should be. So, what did you find was the biggest challenge trying to write an album remotely, and what do you think was, I guess, the biggest benefit that came from it?
Well, I think for me, I always plan like what I want to write, and I make kind of goals for every song and like what I want to achieve. And this time I didn't have any of that. And I think that kind of helped everyone in their ways to just like go in when it just live in the now, kind of in a way. Like using inspirations just around us instead of like trying to follow up what we used to do.
Mm.
Um, yeah, because everything just got really weird when the pandemic hit. Like no one was really knew what the fuck was going to go on or if we were ever going to play a live show again or like what premises or anything. So we kind of just went with it.
I love hearing that, and we talk a lot about on this show and others about how like when bands can just get into a space where they're not thinking about anything else, they're just like doing stuff what that they want to do and sounds good to them. The results are all not always, but the results usually come out like really, really, really fucking well. And it sounds like at least from my ears, that's what happened here. Cori, please jump in and ask a question.
Oh, well, you just mentioned your inspirations and sound surrounding yourself with things that were inspirational during the creation of this album. And I hear so
Hmm.
much variety in the sound. Like we were just talking prior to you coming on about, the Southern Gothic influences in music. And there's definitely, the 60s and 70s influences. But what
Hmm.
were those inspirations and those influences that you really took to heart while making this album?
I think just like everything. Like during the pandemic, I was reading a lot more since I had time over, and so a lot of the songs were based on books because I didn't really feel like I had own material or things that I needed to process through songwriting, which I normally stock up like throughout the year, and then I write something. And now I had kind of used everything on Frost, so I used a lot of just like books and just poetry that I like. Listened to a lot of different singers like outside of the like harder scene, more like Ella Fitzgerald and Nina Simone and
Mm.
more of the like bluesy, jazzy singers that I like, and just try to incorporate those. I mean, Tony Braxton, like just find some. I was listening to a lot of soul music during the
Hey,
pandemic.
You
I
can
think
it's
hear
good
it.
for you during that time
came
period. I
out.
understand why.
Yeah, a lot of Kate Bush and just like, yeah. So I think that was mainly, especially working just after like literature and trying to capture maybe other people's stories was a fun way to jump into it.
And I mean, it's kind of no secret that I love my books. What were some of your favorite
Mhm.
stories or favorite books that you picked up during the creation of the album?
Ooh, what was the best thing I read? I'm trying to figure out what the English subtitle would be. There's a Swedish author called Jon Ajvide that writes he's like the Swedish Stephen King. So I reread a lot of his books, a lot of just like spooky stories and just like weird shit. I reread some like Franz Kafka. I dug into like a Nietzsche hole at some point that was not really good for my mental health. Oh gosh, it's like it was so long ago, but still not. Nick Cave, Death of Bunny Monroe, was the straight influence to one of the songs of the album. Yeah, just like a mixture of everything as well.
Do you mind if I jump in, Cori?
Go for it, John.
Because this kind of
I could end up talking about books all day. So
yeah, I know.
Seriously, interrupt me.
I want to get in before we do that. But like, so you were just talking about, because one of the things, like, as I've been listening to this and, listening to the lyrics and the vibe and the stories that the songs conjure, no pun intended. I was kind of wondering, like, you answered the question as far as like you were influenced from books and things that you were reading, and wasn't, because I was curious as far as like, holy shit, Leo, who did you lose for Clouds? Like, that's such a heartbreaking song. Oh my God. But I know that like your previous material, you guys wrote a lot in almost exclusively Swedish, and then your previous album had a couple of English songs, and Frost was all English. Where do you kind of draw the line, and where do you, do you find it easier to write in Swedish versus English, or vice versa? And how do you decide which language you're going to tackle when you're writing your songs? Oh no, we lost sound again. Nope. Okay, she said that she could speak sign language. Unfortunately, I don't know sign language. I could just pick up context clues. Do you know sign language, Cori?
No, I know like a little bit, but not enough to carry on a conversation. I can be polite, and that's about it. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if it got unplugged or what. It's probably my long-winded question. That's what the fucking
this is what
OBS
happens.
gods.
See, this is what happens when you take me off the book topic.
Check one. Yeah, I don't... Because you weren't muted on my end over here.
Yeah, and if she was muted, I'd still be able to hear her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It came back and then it went away.
Maybe here?
Yep.
Is it back?
It is.
It's back.
It's
Sweet.
echoey, but I think we can, like, I prefer echoey over just not working.
Can we work with it?
Yes, we can work with it.
It's not echoey for me, so.
Okay, well, fuck yeah, then let's just keep going. I'll be able to. Oh, and then she's going out and coming back in. So, Cori, read any good books lately?
Let's see. What was the last book that I reread? 1984.
Always good.
Yeah. So that one was the last one that I read. Oh lordy. Other than that, okay. Did I tell you the story about my like favorite childhood book that I found on eBay?
You did not. Wait,
okay,
maybe. I think you did. Tell it again.
So, found one of my favorite childhood books. Let me see. Where is it? It's somewhere in there. It's probably behind Amel and the Sniffers. But it's called Poppy. And I found a copy on eBay for like $4 because it said it had writing in it. And when I got the book and I opened it up, the writing was actually the signature of the author.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I got an autographed first edition of my favorite childhood book for $4 that's like in otherwise mint condition.
Let's see.
It works.
Is it working now?
We're back.
And it works.
Yes.
Yay.
So now you have to stand completely still.
Sorry.
And
My
can't-
computer's having a mental breakdown here.
It's fine. So am I. Do you need me to repeat the question since there's a shit ton of stuff going on? Basically, how
Yes,
do you
please.
decide which, like, whether a song is in English or Swedish? And like, is there one that is easier or harder for you to compose in?
Yeah, so well, I prefer writing in Swedish because it comes more naturally. But I think when we wrote Frost, that was like the first time I ever really wrote songs in English. We have 2 songs on Valmo that is in English, but I think I've just been really insecure about it as well, and not really felt that I can like get everything out the way I want it. But I'm really happy that we've stuck to the English now. Like it's a good practice.
Yeah.
But I think we're open to the possibility of that. I mean, we could do not any language. I'm not going to say that, but I don't think we're just going to stick to English. I mean, next album might be in Swedish, might be Latin, sign language. Who knows?
If you guys
You
can
know
pull
what?
out a sign language album, I would be fucking stoked for that. You have no idea.
I would learn sign language just for that.
Well, maybe.
Cori, please jump in here.
Okay, so you said that you guys. Oh crap! Now I forgot what I was going to say. Dang it, John! Jump in here. I forgot what I was going to say. I lost it.
Okay, well, give me just a second. So as far as, so the album comes out on May 27th, which is this Friday. What are you most looking forward to for either people to hear, for you guys to do tours, anything like that? Like, so the next big hurdle is the release of the album. What are you looking most forward to after that?
Well, basically just to release the album. I mean, we had this done a year ago, so we've been holding it forever, and it feels like I've been pregnant forever, and I just want to like let it go and just let it live its own life a little bit. We're playing one more show in 2 weeks, and then we're gonna have just like a little pause. We've been playing a lot of shows now since everything opened up last October. So we're just gonna let Atlas do its little thing, and then hopefully we can start playing again at the end of summer. I think we need a little break now, but just releasing new music is always fun, and we're releasing a video to Cardinal Ride this week as well, which I'm super excited about.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of blood, a lot of demons.
So okay. So now I have a question that I need to get on. That's kind of been a theme with some of your videos that you've been doing on this album cycle. Was that on purpose, or did it just come out by accident?
Well, we weren't really supposed to do any videos, or I think we were just supposed to do one video, but then we just got really inspired, and it was really fun working. Like a lot of our friends in our close group work with film, so we've been really, really privileged in having people around us that want to make things with us. And it kind of like, because the first video to Digerliden, where I rip out my heart, it wasn't supposed to be like a gory video, and then it was like it became kind of sad, and then Clouds, I mean, it's a sad song, and the video had to be sad, and I love blood, and so we're just going with that theme, kind of.
Fuck yeah.
So are you going to bring the blood to your live set when you start performing the things from this album? Just start launching it into the...
I wouldn't be appalled to that idea. I like blood. Maybe. We'll see what we can do.
Like a
what our
classy
budget
version
holds.
of Guar.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Kiss once, like many, many years ago, and when Gene Simmons spits out the blood during a bass solo, that was a big moment for me. And I've always wanted to do that live, like just sing and spit blood. So yeah.
Sing and spit blood.
So my next question is, when are you guys coming to the US? I need to see this now.
Exactly.
Well, when can we come?
Well,
I've got
I have a big front yard.
Yeah, I've
so...
got a backyard.
Sweet. We'll come.
So there's 2 venues right there, one in Tennessee and one in Oregon. Now we just got to fill in the rest.
Perfect. That's half a tour.
Exactly.
Cori, did you remember your question?
I did, actually. So you said that you've been playing a lot of live shows. What has been your favorite moment that has happened since October live? or like your craziest story?
Trying to think about something that's not illegal because
yeah, exactly. You
might be
always have to
watching
preface it, Cori, on stuff that you could share with us.
I mean, we won't tell anybody. This is live, but everybody in the
we
chat,
won't tell
just keep your
anybody on a
mouth shut.
video that's going to be on the internet everywhere.
Is it going to be gone after this? No, no, just like being out again has been really fun. Like, I think being away for a while has really like just challenged everyone, and like, how much do you want to do this? How bad do you want to sit in a car for 11 hours to play a 40-minute show? And just having people come out and just meeting friends and everything has been just fucking amazing. Just seeing everyone again. We played in our hometown here like 3 days ago, and that was one of the best moments. Like, it was so fun just seeing all your friends, people you haven't seen in years, literally. And it's also the bar that I work at, so it was nice to be at work really
nice.
drunk. So I think that's one of my best.
Fuck yeah. I have one more question, and then Cori, I don't know if you have more after that or if you have the question after that.
I have the important question after you ask yours.
So the album is really emotional, I think, like in my opinion, right? Between like the soulfulness in your voice, the mournfulness in some of the guitars, and just like the whole package. Like I'll talk about Clouds all fucking day, Leah, because it literally is, I think, one of the best songs I've heard this year. Because when you can't, like, you can just hear how sad it is from the guitars before your voice even comes in. What do you want people to take away from this album in a couple of days when it's finally out there and they get to spend some time with it?
Well, it's mixed with all of the different emotions. I mean, it's the heartbreak, it's the mental shit, it's the angry parts. Like, I think all of the songs are kind of written in different modes for different kind of vibes, and I hope that people maybe can find all different sorts of comfort, you know, from the nodding your head and just being freaking crazy to cry to Clouds.
Yes.
I like making music that people can cry to, like, because I love crying music myself. I love a good cry song. Like, when I find a song and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna cry to this when I get home. Like, oh, it's the best.
That is your
and I love
vibe too,
power
John.
ballads, like,
I was literally about to say I have just a whole playlist of sad songs that I just destroy myself to more often than I would like to say.
well, it's amazing. I mean, who doesn't love a good cry?
Cori.
Yeah. All right. So it's time for the important, like the super important, like this will make or break the entire interview question. What is your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur? Ooh. I mean, I love me a good T-Rex because their short little arms are so freaking cute, and it's just like obscene that they would be like terrifying if you saw them because they're like but they're really cute. And I love the big T-Rex in Jurassic Park when it stomped the car with the kids.
Classic scene.
Very classic. Classic scene, classic dinosaur. And I think that's like the 600th T-Rex. That one is a classic for a reason, though. And I think we lost our sound again.
Oh, no. All right. Hang on. We'll give her 3 seconds. I see some cursing, so I'm guessing that it's probably not going very well.
Now?
Yes!
Oh, there
Is
it
it
is!
back
Yay!
Yes, it is.
Yes!
Look. Yes.
So the cursing
Sorry,
worked.
I'm out on the countryside, so my internet is really shitty.
No
Like,
worries.
obscenely for the
We
2000s.
we had a member of Earn come on here who I think was, no joke, like in a lighthouse by the sea or something like that, and it was literally like talking through a potato. It was very
Who was it
very
that we had
challenging.
that was in his little, like, he had a small home on a trailer and he was out in the desert. Which band was that?
Oh, that was one of the dudes from Enterprise Earth. I don't think that he
Yes.
is in the band anymore, actually. We also had one of the dudes from Four Stroke Baron walking his dogs while giving us an
He was
interview.
walking his dog.
And he picked up the dog shit and showed it to everybody, which, if you know Four Stroke
That's
Baron,
nice.
is like right on
brand.
On brand for them.
That's amazing.
Well, Lea, I'm sorry that so many technical gremlins have been plaguing the computers and everything like that. Just know all of us are ridiculously fucking excited for Atlas to come out and get out there and get the vinyls and spin it. And whenever you decide you guys want to play Cori in my backyard, we've got spare rooms for y'all.
For sure. I'll get my passport and we'll come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congrats on the album, a year in the making. Cannot wait for you to get out there and start playing songs to it, and for the world to hear what you guys have to offer.
Well, thank you for having me. It was fun to be on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have you back
Thank
some
you
other
for the
time.
support as well.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Awesome.
All right. Cheers.
Have a
You
good
can just
night
close
or
out.
day or... Yeah. Toodles.
Yeah.
See ya. All right,
Bye.
everybody. That was Lea Alazam from Besvärjelsen. Again, that is Besvärjelsen.